Hi, my name is Irvin Quintin, and this is Coach Elliott. And in this video, we're going to show you how to make your Muay Thai more effective. Let's get started. So in Muay Thai, typically we think of like your different weapons, right? So if he's in a kick stance like this, Muay Thai, we have the science of 8 limbs. We have the punching. He does punching. He has the elbows, right? There's 2 elbows there, which makes 4. He does the knees, which makes 6. And then we have the kicks, which makes 8, right? And when we do our Muay Thai, we think of the techniques, we think of fight strategy, we think of different combinations, but there's something very, very important when it comes to making it more effective. And it's a targeting system. And why are we doing those techniques in the first place? So let's start from the top to the bottom. This video is not an all-inclusive or a full, complete list of what they are, but the ones that stick out to me in general when I teach Muay Thai, okay? So from the head, when we start from the top, we have like the temple area, and then we have the eyebrows. From the eyebrow area, it's typically used like from like an elbow if we want to cut. And if it's on top of the eyebrow, then in the fight, then you can continue to compete. But if it's on the eyebrow or below, the doctor in the middle of the round would come up and say, okay, then the fight would be over. So technical knockout. We have the eye, right, which is a simple target. But more effectively, as we continue to go down, we have like the nose area. Then best, I like to use is from the jaw and the whole side of the neck here that causes your neck to move back and forth like this, okay? This would be the knockout area, knockout zone. You also can have the clavicle, which you can use like for an elbow strike to go down. And then we continue to go down a little bit more. Now we have the sternum. When we're thinking of our 8 weapons, if I think of punching to the sternum, it has an effect. If I do an elbow to the sternum, it has an effect. If I try to knee or I try to kick. Obviously here you can feel that the common responses would be an elbow or a knee to the sternum would give you a good damaging effect. So let's go to the side, towards the arm. We have the brachial plexus here. If you did an elbow this way, or maybe this way, and if you happen to be, I don't know, bare knuckle, if you punched it like this with your knuckle, I guess that would be good. But in tournament, if you did an elbow to the brachial plexus horizontally or vertical elbow, that would help cause an effect of the shoulder. We continue to go down. We have like right above the elbow here, next to the bicep, if you hit that one, okay? And then we have like the forearm area. Not so much like you could punch, elbow, knee, or kick it, but think of it more like hitting a shield really hard, right? Depending on how well their shield is placed, sometimes if they frame out really well, then you can hit it in that way. But for someone, if you notice, some people, they'll hold their shield really tight, and then you can cause a different effect from outside of the shield, okay? So that will be another target. Let's continue to go down. Just underneath the sternum, we have our diaphragm. If you knee it, or if you teep it, or maybe if you punch it in the right spot just underneath the xiphoid process, you would have like a good effect on the diaphragm. Then the next area you would have is like the liver, right? The liver wide area would be here, and then it thins out. It's shaped like a triangle. So a lot of times the knockout shots will come from like either the left side, either from a punch, a knee, or sometimes if you kick it, right? So that is an effect. It's not to say that you can't do it from here on the right side. You can have the hit here and then it travels to this side. It's just a lot easier to target this one because most of the surface area or the large portion of the liver is on this side, okay? The next piece is the floating ribs on the side. And they're called floating ribs because they don't actually connect either to the sternum or to the back here. So you can hit that and it would cause a little bending motion if you actually hit it. In Thailand, when you hit that, a lot of times it's with the knee, and those are the ones that either end up with the fighter on a stretcher, or it could be like a different kind of internal type of damage, okay? So we covered that. We continue to go down a little bit, and right above the waistline would be kind of like where the bowels would be. You wouldn't really think of bowels as an actual target, but if you did a teep this way, going forward, you have an effect. But sometimes when you press on the gas, when you do the teep, you have this lowering effect, right? So that causes a type of influence internally here in the bowel region. So that's one area here. Okay. So we keep going down. If I can have you turn to your side a little bit. On the outside part of the thigh, we have the IT band. And in my mind, I always think of like, I picture the thigh like a square cylinder. And I would hit like the corners of the front. So right here, about 3 inches above the knee is a great spot. And then 3 or 4 inches below the hip bone is a great spot. It's not to say that the entire IT band is right here in the middle is not a good target, but you have a very good effect if it's above the knee. It makes the knee buckle, or it makes the weight placement of the leg very difficult. If you go above, a little bit more above, closer to the hip, about this region, 3 inches below the hip bone, this would affect the ability to either lift up the leg to either do like a shield or a blocking of some sort. Okay, so these are excellent targets. On the inside part of the leg, same area, 3 inches above the knee, but on the inside, causes the knee to buckle to the outward motion. Same effect on the knee joint. You could do the same thing above, like closer to the femoral area, but a lot of times when if you hit this, the damage would start to radiate in towards the groin. So even though you might not kick the groin area itself, they will have the effect and it will kind of buckle down. And if you're in a tournament or a match, the referee will call you on a groin shot. Okay. So if we turn around a little bit more, on the hamstring area, that is another one. The entire hamstring area, but for this time, this area I like to go right in the middle or really close to the behind the knee. Those are great spots to affect the hamstring. We go to the calf now. The calf is two major muscle groups, and typically I like to go right in the center where I would like to, like the butt area. If you hit that, that would be a good spot. And then you continue to go down, Achilles tendon, not on the tendon itself near the heel, but above, right here. That would be a great spot to hit. Okay, so those are some of the basic areas when it comes to templating the body. Templating system I picked up from Sayat Kali, and it really improves the way that I do my Muay Thai. So if you bring that in with those things in mind, it actually helps with your technique and how you cover and how you would deliver. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.